This deck is super fun, super trolly, because of course you have the Ojama Trios, and super defensive, because you have Gravekeepers. This is my Gravekeepers Burn Goat deck, where your focus is to give them Ojama Trios, and then burn them with some Just Desserts, and stall them with Gravekeeper Spy, and kind of control them with the Necro Valley effect. So let's go ahead and get into the monsters. First we have the Gravekeeper package. Maybe run 3 of these guys. I might have misplaced them or something. But essentially you're able to have some pretty beefy defensive cards that are able to either bring them back to the hand, or you can special summon more beefy cards, especially with Necro Valley on the field. Sanguine, so you can search most of the cards in this deck, because there are a lot of low levels like this. Penguin Soldiers, I feel like he's super underrated because he can get rid of 2 problem monsters, or he can return himself and one of your opponent's face downs back to the hand, and then he can set himself again. Princess of Tsurugi, because she helps to burn your opponent for even more damage, especially if they're running things like Mirror Force and they haven't played you before, and they're never going to play that Mirror Force because you're never going to attack them. You can burn them for 500 for each spell or trap they have. Morphing Jar is pretty good in here, 2 of them, because it just sets everyone back down to face down defense, and everyone here wants to be in face down defense. I love Mysterious Guard because it just returns it back to the top of their deck. So they're drawing that same card over and over, and you know what's to come. And Tsukiyomi, to turn one of your guys back face down, so then you can essentially use their effects again. Onto the spells. Of course, you're going to run a triple Necro Valley and 2 Terraforming, because you really want to see this card. Don't want to see too many of them, but so you have to get lucky with not drawing too many of them. But as long as you have 1 or 2 of them in the game, then you're going to be pretty good, because it stops your opponent from banishing cards from the graveyard or reborning cards. In addition to Necro Valley, you're going to run 2 Royal Tributes, so then you can take out the monsters in your hand. So especially if you go first, that's going to be an issue for them, because then they can't play any monsters at all. It's going to stall them for a while. And then if you have Necro Valley, they can't even reborn them from the grave. Book of Moon utility card, really good in this deck because of all those other face down cards. Draw Power and Ground Collapse. So Ground Collapse is so when you go first, you draw one of these, and then if you have an Ojama Trio, you can play this on your turn, let your opponent go, you set Ojama Trio, then you play Ojama Trio, and then they have no room to play monsters essentially. So it's pretty troll in that regard. Speaking of Ojama Trio, one of the main cards in this deck to help you win. You definitely want to see this in the game. I could be running the Cat of Omen or Ill Omen or whatever, but I just want to rather just draw into him, because the Cat of Ill Omen would work well with Necro Valley, because it would go straight to your hand. But yeah, again, hopefully these guys can help pop it to your hand and stall it long enough for you to draw into an Ojama Trio. So then you can either do Ojama Trio Ground Collapse combo or Ojama Trio and Just Desserts combo. So that's pretty nice when you have at least 3 monsters on their side of the field. You can burn them for 15 minimum, and then especially if they already have 2 monsters set, you can play Ojama Trio and they can't play any more monsters outside of that, and I usually hit them for 2,500 pretty consistently with those 2 cards. Then we got some more burn utility cards, no Mirror Force actually, and then Magic Cylinder to burn them even more, just in case we need that finishing blow. And then you gotta run some tokens. Well, these are actually the monsters themselves, but the tokens are like $15 each, so I'm just gonna run these tokens for like a quarter each instead, or these actual monsters. So yeah, that's my GOAT deck profile for my Gravekeepers Burn. It's again pretty trolly, and if you wanna test your friendship, that you're gonna play this deck against them. Hope you guys enjoyed.